Namaste and welcome back. I'm Dr. Naresh Bana, and today in our series of small PPP projects, I am taking you to a most scenic place, yes, the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. Those of you who are not so familiar with the region, I may tell you that it is known for its unique blend of natural beauty and modern amenities. And some of the peculiarities of the region are natural beautiful beaches. The Sunshine Coast boasts more than 100 kilometers of pristine beaches, and that includes our project site Mooloolaba.
Welcome friends, let me take you on a low-level flight over our project area, the Mooloolaba Wharf. You will notice that it is a landform which has shore on both sides. It is like a strip jutting into the sea. Friends, it is called spit landform. These spit landforms are a narrow, elongated coastal landforms formed by the deposition of sediment, typically sand or shingle, that extends from the mainland into a body of water, like a bay or sea. Here it is apparently formed due to the deposition actions by the Mooloolaba River draining into the sea.
They have hinterland and glasshouse mountains, vibrant cultural scene, and a growing food and craft beer scene. Yes, the Mooloolaba Wharf, located on the Sunshine Coast of Queensland, Australia, was a small, dilapidated fisheries port in need of development, and in 2004, the Queensland Provincial Government decided to redevelop the wharf through a public-private partnership model. The consultants were appointed, and the scope of work arrived at was primarily the design and construction of the wharf, including construction of new berthing facilities, a pedestrian bridge, and upgrade the fisheries infrastructure. It was also including refurbishment of the existing wharf, including repairs to the wharf structure and upgrade to the electrical and water services. Then there were construction of new amenities, including public toilets, showers, and a restaurant and bars. Landscaping had to be done, but naturally, which included public works of parking, parks and promenades, and public art installations. The detailed project report for this Mooloolaba development was prepared by Arup, Hassel, Sinclair Knight, SKM. These firms got together and prepared the DPR, which outlined the technical, financial and operational aspects of the project. Yes. And then came the bidding and financing of the PPP. It was a small PPP, and the bid process was elaborate. It was competitive, with several consortia submitting their proposals. The Mooloolaba Wharf Consortium, comprising a developer, a contractor and a financier, was selected as the preferred bidder. The consortium's proposal offered the best value for money, with a strong focus on design, construction, and operational expertise. When it came to financing, it was financed through a combination of public and private funds. The Queensland Government contributed Australian dollars 20 million as viability gap funding, while the private sector partner, the Mooloolaba Wharf Consortium, brought in Australian dollars 30 million as equity, and they also secured a Australian dollars 40 million loan from a commercial bank. It was not all smooth sailing. There were problems. And some of the problems were there was discovery of acid sulfate soils and contaminated groundwater. It required additional remediation works, increasing costs and delaying the project. Then there were frequent design changes to the original design, including the addition of a new pedestrian bridge, which required approval from the Queensland Government, and that added to the delay. There were construction issues comprising inclement weather, site access constraints, and all this thing affected the construction progress. There were some disputes, and those were also handled.
Friends, before we move further, let me describe the revenue model for this project. The revenue model for the Mooloolaba Wharf PPP development in Australia is based on, firstly, lease payments. The private sector partner pays lease fees to the Queensland Government for the use of the wharf and surrounding land. Secondly, berthing and mooring fees. Commercial and recreational vessel operators pay fees for berthing and mooring at the wharf. Thirdly, rent from commercial tenants. The private sector partner earns rental income from commercial tenants occupying the retail and office spaces. Fourthly, car parking fees. Revenue is generated from car parking fees collected from visitors and users of the wharf.
The Queensland Government retained the responsibility for environmental and planning approval risks and land ownership and management risks. That is the major support which the development got from the government, especially when it comes to environmental and planning approvals. The Mooloolaba Wharf Consortium, that is a developer, the concessionaire, assumed the responsibility for the design risk, construction risk, and maintenance and operations risk, and all commercial and operational risks. Now, coming back to the dispute resolution, there was a dispute resolution board established to resolve disputes between the public and private sector partners. But before that, there were regular stakeholder meetings to arrest the dispute before it manifested further. The disputes, when were not solved at the site level or the project level, were referred to independent experts, and mediation was also resorted to. This project, though small, but has thrown up many lessons to be learned. And that is the robust risk allocation undertaken during the planning stage helped avert many delays and disputes, and it ensured efficient project delivery. Now, there were design changes and that led to delays. So there should be flexibility in design to accommodate changes and unexpected site conditions with lesser need for approvals for each and every nut and bolt which is being changed. The effective communication between stakeholders, a collaborative and project-centric approach helps to resolve disputes and addresses issues promptly. An environmental problem occurs mostly whenever there is a development like this on the wharf, jetty, or any other marine development. By assuming this risk mostly by the government, it helped the project a lot and could be copied for future projects of similar type. This Mooloolaba Wharf project demonstrates the benefits of collaborative partnership between the public and private authorities. Despite challenges, the project was successfully completed. It provided a vibrant and sustainable waterfront precinct for the local community, and it's a place worth visiting and having a good and repeated glass of beers. Thank you. Thank you very much for being with me. I'll be soon with you with yet another interesting small PPP project. Till then, keep viewing. Namaste and have a nice day.